What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It is the only sports podcast. That's right, the only sports podcast. I'm Will. That's Casito over there. How we doing today, Casito?
Not as good as you, man. You're out on a cruise, loving life.
That's
Look at
true.
you.
I'm also doing this all from my phone. So the second we lose audio or whatever, that's why I'm on a cruise. And this is too far in my face. There we go. But yeah, I'm
Why
on a
didn't you bring your
cruise.
laptop?
Because we couldn't have enough devices or something. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm
Oh,
doing
is
this
that a
on my
rule on?
phone.
Is that the rule on the cruise ship? You can't have too many devices.
Well, no, it's just that every device you use costs extra money. So we were just
Really?
like, yeah,
It's
it's
no
like
free Wi. It's no free Wi-Fi.
no, it's like I think it's like $100 a device or something like that. So we were like, I
The
don't know.
hell?
Yeah, and especially where I was like, my wife was like, "Do you really want to bring a laptop?" And I was just like, "No, I can just do it from my phone. We're just doing two shows. Like I could do two shows from my phone. Other than that, it's not like we need a laptop."
Yeah,
But
as you're already breaking up and falling apart. This is great.
well, I mean, it would still be
It's
the
all,
same. It'd still be the same Wi-Fi. It'd still be the same Wi-Fi.
I think the
But
issue is you're moving it too much. But anyway, what a week! What a weekend in football. I mean, we still got one of the best games to go, right? Oh, you're not even on the ocean yet.
no, I'm
You're
just
not even
docked.
cruising.
I'm not even cruising. I'm just on a
You're
dock.
just you're used to docking. So, um, yeah. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. This is gonna be good. It's gonna be great.
My first question to you, Casino, because went to San Diego to spend Thanksgiving with my family, flew from San Diego to Florida to get on this cruise, but I watched all the Thanksgiving games, all the Black Friday games, all the games yesterday. My question, which I feel like is a question we ask a lot on this podcast, is anyone in the NFL good?
Dude,
Is
I
there a good
no.
team?
There's good teams. Yes, there's good teams. Is there the standout that who's gonna win the Super Bowl? No, there's not. That's never been more apparent than when the Panthers, yay Panthers, because we were hoping for this, go in and take care of the Rams. And yeah, this is a crapshoot, man. There is
Yeah.
I love every second of it though. It's making the season interesting. Everybody's excited about it. Especially in the NFC, there is so many close teams to making the playoffs. Um,
Dude, I saw
I'm really happy. I'm really happy with this year, and not only because yes, my Patriots are doing well, but it is fun to watch almost every team have a realistic shot to go to the playoffs, do well in the playoffs. Any given Sunday has not been more apparent until this year. That phrase, any given Sunday, it is 100,000% true this go around. And yeah, it makes me nervous, right? It makes me nervous as a Patriot fan because I think this is a big trap game tonight. But we'll see. But this has been a
well, and we
fun
know,
year.
well, especially a trap game considering who you guys are playing. I mean, the Giants against the Patriots, could there be a worse, like if they beat you again when you guys think you're all of a sudden all the way back, it's just going to be, oh God, it's going to be devastating. But I saw the perfect thing
It'll hurt.
online. Yeah, which is just as an Eagles fan, this season has made me suicidal. As a football fan, I think this is the best season of football we've had, maybe ever. This is,
This is one of the best football seasons, if not the best, that I can recall. Where, yeah, again, there's no clear standouts. I thought it was the Rams, but then they just get
yeah,
absolutely. I mean, the Panthers defense came alive, right? So this has been It's been fun, and there's a lot of teams and a lot of divisions that are still up for grabs, which is really fun with 5 weeks to go.
yeah. Well, it's also one of those things where every team feels like they can beat every other team. Like yesterday, going into that Panthers Rams game, at one point, I swear that game opened where Rams were like 14 and a half favorites. It went down to, I believe, 10 and a half at kickoff. And then by halftime, it must have been Rams by
Yeah.
3.5, if
Yeah,
that.
The Rams were it's not the last time, but the last time I know the Rams were 14-point favorites in something. They lost by right? Yeah. It's called the Super Bowl.
But also, is there a quarterback that everybody just collectively is like, I kind of want him to do good more than Bryce Young? Bryce Young just like is the epitome of like underdog. He looks tiny. He
Yeah.
looks and he's the same size as Kyler Murray without all the baggage that Kyler Murray brings.
Do you
Like
not have
that's
a
what it
phone
is.
stand, by the way?
No, I don't. I'm just
You
holding
know what you
this.
should do is just put the phone and just put it right on that railing and just hope.
Actually, I'm just gonna do this. Is that better?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, don't really actually put it on that railing because that's gonna. Hey, that's one way to lose $100 immediately.
Actually, you know what? Keep talking. I'm gonna find something to prop my phone up against.
Oh, good, yeah, because that would have been really funny if you just were like, yeah, let's put that on there and drop it. So at least BJ's able to do this because I was not. When I went to Hawaii, I couldn't do it. I mean, yes, you're a little bit more confined. You're on the boat, you can do whatever. But we were always out and about when we were in Hawaii, and I was just like, screw that. But yeah, no, this was a weird week. You had obviously the Thanksgiving games where there was the 3 Thanksgiving games. Cowboys playing, and then you had the Lions playing, right? And then the weird one was the Black Friday game, which was at noon our time, which was really weird. But
again, why if you're gonna have a Black Friday game, why are you putting it in the middle of the busiest shopping day of the year, like smack dab in the middle of the afternoon?
I mean, the only thing I can think about is like they have it so when people are out about, they can like, I don't know, hopefully retail stores had it up. I don't know. I honestly did not like the noon start, at least Pacific time, right?
Didn't either.
But again, that's still 3 p.m. over in the East Coast. Like it's not good. It wasn't good.
Also, I will say,
speaking of, yes, I was gonna say, BJ did message our group chat about watching sports over on the East Coast. How's it going?
I will say, East Coast sports fans, I don't know how you guys do it. It's awful. It's this time zone is awful. Last night it was like, oh, what time does the because we've been in Florida since Sunday, so I watched all the NFL games on Sunday, but I'm still on West Coast time. So I woke up at what 9 a.m. or which was, no, I woke up 9 a.m. here, which was 6 a.m. Vegas time, because obviously we were record in Vegas. So then I was like, okay, it's 9, games start in an hour. And then I was like, oh no, wait, I'm 3 hours ahead. Games don't start till 1 p.m. 1 p.m. is the morning games. And then Sunday Night Football was starting at 8:15 p.m. It didn't get over till past midnight. Like, how do you guys do this? How do you do it every week?
Yeah.
It's awful.
And yeah, and we've been talking back and forth with another a sports show, obviously not a podcast because we're the only one. And they're from England, and I don't know how they do that. I mean, because that's in the middle of the morning for them. It's an 8-hour difference.
Yeah, theirs
from us.
Is like 4 a.m. or something like that. Like that's ridiculous.
Like the morning games start at 6 p.m. their time, which is wild, right? All of the morning games.
I will say, first time ever in Florida. I love Florida. It's the best, but
what?
I don't think I could ever. I love it. It's great. It's fantastic.
How?
I don't know. Everything about it. I went for a walk on the beach this morning. I got breakfast. Everybody was super nice. It's very clean. We're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's just beautiful.
Okay.
It's
so
great.
You went to a nice part. I mean, I visited Miami, and I'm not saying Miami is not nice, but when I went to Miami, I was sticky the entire time. I actually did not have that same welcome of hospitality. Most people were kind of jerks, but I guess that was just, the Miami
that's just
beaches,
your face.
and that's probably.
Yeah.
But
trust me, based on our comment section, it's your face.
Yeah. But it's this pubic hair that I got on my face. Which is really funny because this random dude at work. So my coworkers, great beards. They have phenomenal beards. You have one, he's bald, but he's got one beard that is like beautifully all the way down, so well kept. And then my other coworker, so that was a Seattle fan, my Bears fan coworker, his he doesn't have all the way down, but his is so full and lush. Like he looks like Grizzly Adams, where it is just that perfect beard, and you could probably you never find a way out of there. It is great. And then so this random guy who had a beard started talking about their beards, and then started dissing my beards, and then luckily my coworkers were like, "Yeah, but he's got a great head of hair. Like, don't
That's
diss on
the
him there." And
trade-off.
I'm like, "Thanks, guys. Like, thanks." And this guy was like, "Yeah, but we got pretty good beards." And I'm like, "Go fuck yourself, dude." Like,
But you're also like, yeah, but also look at my milky white complexion. Look at how
yeah.
smooth the other parts of my face are that get no hair on it. That's what
Uh,
is really the
All right, so we're 10
humdinger.
minutes in. Let's roll into these games. So Thursday, obviously, we started off, and I felt like these should have gone in reverse order, but they
100%
didn't.
agree. Yeah.
But you had the Lions, the Packers, right? Lions, Packers. I don't even remember who we picked on this one. Did we pick Lions? Because they're
Well, that's the thing I did realize. I should have taken a picture or brought the paper along because I do not remember. It's
Well,
going to be a week before we know what our picks
right.
are.
But
'Cause I don't
I
remember.
think you crushed me this week. Actually, I think you definitely caught me and surpassed me.
Well, yeah, because
But
I picked Bears and I picked Cowboys.
yeah, so I
Like,
know you at least caught me there, but 100% caught me there. But yeah, this
is is
can we
there
just
a
go
team?
for it?
Is there a team that ever felt like they were the best team in the league for such an extended period of time that did nothing with it more than this Dan Campbell, Jared Goff Lions team? Because
100%. It's called the Bills.
yeah, but
Yeah,
with this Lions team,
and the Ravens, like the Bills and the Bills, Ravens, and Lions. The fact that neither one of these three teams have won the Super Bowl in the last 5 years is mind blowing.
well, also it's mind blowing that not only have they not won a Super Bowl in a year where it feels like the Super Bowl is wide open, considering the best team in the NFC, the Eagles, look like a dumpster fire. The best team in the AFC, the Chiefs, also look like a dumpster fire. To look at the NFL in going into week 14, we just finished,
Mhm.
we're finishing week 13 tonight. To go be this late in the season and look at the landscape of the NFL and be like, oh, it's wide open. And there is a real distinct possibility as of right now that all three, the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Bills all miss the playoffs. That's astounding.
And the
Like,
Lions,
that's crazy.
The Lions
Well,
too.
but what I'm saying is, has there with football, it's always been Brady, it's always been Manning, and then there's always been that, you can all that kind of stuff. Has there ever been a time in at least since we've been watching football where three of arguably the best top four quarterbacks in the league are all in the middle of their prime going to miss the playoffs? Not
Dude,
even miss the Super Bowl, miss the playoffs.
it's wild, and I'm all for it. I'm all
I
for it.
am too. I think it's
Um,
great.
and you know what's crazy though is this game, Jared Goff did not have a bad game. He had 2 touchdowns. He was over 250 in yardage, and he went 20 for 26. Not bad. And the run game, they put over 100. They put 119 yards up. This was a good game, but this was by far Jordan Love's best game. Even though his completion rating
Yep.
wasn't all that great, it was 18 for 30. He did throw up 4 touchdowns. He was very, very precise. And this is now everybody's like, oh, this is why Love got all the money. This is woo. And still, you went 18 for 30, but like your QBR was still under 100. It was 94 plus. Like, just fuck
Yeah.
off. Like, go
And
fuck off.
again,
And this
you
is the
watch
best.
these
You could say
teams.
this is the best game he's ever played, right?
I mean, it would probably be in the handful of them, especially when you isolate it as a game that's being played solo, like a big game that's being played by itself. But I don't know. Again, we've talked about it for weeks now. I think I'm throwing Lions in there as well, where you just watch these quote unquote good teams and you're just like, yes, they're good. I don't know what it is about them, but I have no faith in it whatsoever. Like I'm
But we can say
checked
that
out.
we can say that about every team in the league, man.
That's what I'm saying.
We could
It's
really
weird.
say even with the Patriots, right? We got to see what they can do tonight against a team that is sneaky, that can run the ball with Jordan or with Jackson Dart, who will be playing.
Yeah.
And then missing a lot of their guys in the trenches now. So we'll see how that plays out. Hopefully coaching comes into play and we get that figured out. But
But
then,
also, this is the benefit of being a standalone Monday night game. And also, the curse is if your Patriots come out and blow out this Giants team and win by like 4 touchdowns, the only thing that will be talked about tomorrow is how the Patriots are the best team in the NFL. That'll be the
and then
only topic of
they roll into the
conversation.
bye. And then they roll into the bye. And
Yeah.
that's fine. But again, everybody's like, oh, the Patriots haven't played anybody. They've played some of the best defenses in the league. So that's where I'm like, get over yourself. Best number 1 overall defense, number 2 overall defense, the number 1 passing defense, and the Patriots have made them look silly doing so.
Well, that is also why when Casino said on Friday, after I was having my Eagles meltdown, after they allowed, I don't know, give or take 3,000 yards rushing between the Swift and however that last guy's name you say is. But when they allowed 3,000 yards rushing, I was like, I'm out on the Eagles this year. Like they just don't have it. They just don't have it as a contender. And then Casino was like, oh, so you're moving over to the Patriots? And I just said no. Because I don't. You guys have won 6 Super Bowls,
and then I just
lifetime.
said, okay.
Yeah,
and I love that you laughed at that because
guys.
I'm glad that we know each other so well that you were able to pick up on exactly how I meant for that okay to sound. You heard me say it via just okay. That was my favorite part about that text exchange was we know each other so well. All I had to say was okay after that, and you heard the tone of my voice. Yeah, I loved it. It made me smile. It made me so happy, and I don't care about anything else. But yeah. So anyway, so Packers Lions. But here's the thing: the Packers beating the Lions at home. That was a good win. I will give them that. That was a good win.
Yes, especially
going into Detroit. Yeah. Yes, they needed that, and that division. I say the Lions are out. It's coming down to the 2 games. Which next week we'll have one. The 2 games between the Bears and the Packers. And I'll be honest, I'm going Bears. After what I just saw them do this week, we'll get into that game. I'm going Bears on that. A little prelude to the next game. So let's get into, let's do the night game. Let's do the Ravens-Bengals, and then we'll get into my favorite game of the week so far. So Ravens-Bengals, man, the Ravens, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm so glad Joe Burrow came in and threw 46 times. Yeah, he threw 46. He only made 24 completions, and his rating was only an 83.7. But 261 yards, 2 touchdowns. I love seeing him back out there. Jamar Chase and him, they have that connection. I hope whenever these 2 players leave this organization, which they better for their careers, that they go to the same place. That
they pull up Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams place, and hopefully it's not on the Jets.
But these 2 But these 2 players, or the Jets, the Bears, they're kind of figuring it out. Good for them. The Jets, the Giants, whatever.
The Browns, nobody wants to see that.
But man, they need to go wherever together. That chemistry that these 2 have together is absolutely insane. I really do. I do like these 2. And I'm glad that they went out there. I'm happy they won because honestly, I'd rather the Ravens not make the playoffs because I don't want to see the Ravens in the playoffs because I don't want a team from my memory, right, in my years, to possibly get in the way of the Patriots making the Super Bowl. That's why I want as many teams that are new for the Patriots to beat. And yeah, that'll be.
This is actually like ramping up to be a perfect encapsulation of what this season has been, where at first we thought the Steelers were going to run away with this division and then they shit the bed. Then we think, oh, the Ravens, they started 1-5. They're coming back. Lamar was injured. They already got him back.
5 in a row.
They solved their defensive issues. Now here we go. And then for the Ravens to then shit the bed and then to have Joe Burrow come back. You and I and everybody else included was just wondering, why is Joe Burrow? You guys are already dead. Why are you bringing him back?
I will tell you 100,000% as a Patriot fan, we would have lost to the Bengals if Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase were in the week
prior. When he's on, you really understand why people without question put him as a top 5.
Yeah,
he's without question top 5.
My favorite part about this game, because this really wasn't that fun of a game to watch. My favorite part about this game was at the end when Joe Burrow, he didn't eat any of the turkey, and he was asked about it in his press conference, and he was just
And he
like,
said it didn't look good.
yeah, well, he was like, yeah, I don't know where that came from. I'm not, I stayed away from that. He's like, I had a pepper. It was a good pepper. And, the first comment was so true. He's like, that's somebody who's had food poisoning before.
Oh,
100%.
100%.
And he had his nice coif in his hair, and he was like, I'm not doing it. And it made me
Especially
really
when
happy.
especially when it's also like, how long has this been sitting out? How long did they make this?
Exactly. Like he has no idea. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. He was there cutting off pieces and giving them to everybody. He was like, I'm not eating it, but I will get everybody else sick.
Also, I am 100% calling bullshit on Jason Garrett's story where he was like, we won on Thanksgiving one year, and I took this turkey leg that John Madden gave me, and I just put it in my freezer, and it's been there ever since. And he had like a piece of tinfoil wrapped around what looked like a turkey leg. I'm calling bullshit. There's no way he kept it in the freezer that long and then remembered it for when they were remembering John Madden and he was calling a game for him to bring it. 100%. That's a lie. If he would have unwrapped it and it would have been turkey, then I would have believed him. And also, he's a dweeb. Get him off my television. I hate Jason Garrett. I hate him so much. He's anti-interesting. He's anti-charisma. He is literally like
he is the complete opposite of you.
He is, what is it? He is the boss he's Michael Scott in real life. That is what he is. He's Michael Scott without the charm.
We all love Michael Scott.
Yeah, but because he's got the charm and he's funny. Jason Garrett is like, he is the football coach equivalent to like Elon Musk trying to be funny. It just doesn't.
Oh, that's good. That is a good comparison.
And then they put him in the announcer's booth on Thanksgiving. What are we doing?
Don't know.
With Chris Collins, like, what are we doing, Casino? God.
I know what we're doing. We're moving on to the next game. And boy, oh boy, I love how there was 3 games that I was going back and forth with last week of upsets. And the 2 that I went away from got the upset. I'm so angry, but I'm so happy at the same time. Oh, but yeah, Patrick Mahomes goes out there, throws 4 touchdowns, but still loses to our Cowboys during Thanksgiving that one time. Yep, that's true. Pretty much it. That's pretty much how we're going to call that. Yeah, they couldn't get anything really going on the rushing game, right? They 119 yards, which doesn't really seem all that much. Rashee Rice, who is their number 1 receiver, and I mean both him Worthy, like they just seem like number 2s, right?
Yeah,
that's just how I feel, which is fine because like the Patriots were in the same situation, but Dak Prescott going out there, the Cowboys, they just got it done. It wasn't pretty. Dak had that turnover, but they got it done. And gosh, the connection between him and CeeDee Lamb is just great. I love it. It is a Burrow, Jamar Chase kind of situation. Pickens, he finally looks good on a team, right?
Dude, I'll tell you what, we were 100% wrong about Pickens.
100%.
Whatever was happening on Pittsburgh, we got it wrong because whatever the change, the switch that flipped to him going to,
and I'm Dallas, happy to admit that I'm wrong about that. I'm so happy Pickens, came out. I don't care that he plays for the Cowboys, but there was a lot of criticism on him, and he came out and he was just like, "No, I am a good receiver. Everybody go shove it up your ass." And
yeah, well, he's also
still
a psycho, but he's the good kind of psycho, which he's fun to root for.
Yeah,
like,
I am
did
so
you
happy
see the
that
post?
Go for it.
Did you see the post he did about Patrick Mahomes' wife on Thanksgiving? Dude, before the game, he posted and deleted a picture of Mahomes' wife, and it said like "time to feast" or something like that. Like, so again, those
was it her? Wait, was it her on when she did the Sports Illustrated? cover?
No. It was just a regular picture, but it said "Time to Feast." And again, when you're winning and you're a fun team to watch, and me as an Eagles fan, it hurts my heart to say that the Cowboys are a fun team to watch because they are. And I would give my left testicle right now for 50% of what the Cowboys offense is right now, just in
Yeah.
terms of play calling.
And I told you going into this game, like what the Cowboys have done after their bye week on their defense, they've kind of shaped up a bit. I mean, they're still not great, but they've
Yeah.
improved. And I mean, Dak is still out there doing Dak things. I know he had a little bit of a slump there, mid-season, but he's come along again. And this Dallas team, if they win out, they might have a chance, right? They might have a chance. I don't think it's going to happen, but
No. Well,
it's slim.
the funny thing is, after that game, the Eagles dropped from a 99% to make the playoffs to a 95, and the Cowboys went from a 10% chance to make the playoffs to an 8% chance to make the playoffs because they needed the Bears to
Yeah.
lose. The Bears losing helped them more to get a playoff than the Eagles losing because it's all
Yeah.
now wild card
But
based.
I'm glad
So,
that what I like is a lot of the teams that aren't going to make the playoffs, they are still fighting. Like last night's game, we'll
yeah.
get into. I thought Washington had that. They had no reason. And when they got that touchdown, I was like, oh, they better be going for two. And then you just see Mariota throw up the two. I was like, let's go. Let's get this. They didn't. Sadly, that could have helped my team. But
Well, it's also one of those things where we talked at the beginning of this episode about good and bad teams. I've already seen the post and I kind of agree with them where it's like, is Denver right now the worst 10-2 team ever? Like, I mean, honestly, if we just put a list together of every team that's been 10-2, I think you could make the case like, yeah, maybe. Like,
well, I mean,
maybe. I don't know what their offense is. I don't trust Bo Nix at all. I
no,
think
their
he's
offense is bad. This
okay.
defense is the defense, and they came out saying it too. The defense is going to do what they need to do to get the job done. And boy, are they doing just enough. They are doing
Yeah.
just enough.
Well, just
Go
enough in
for it.
terms of one play away from letting Marcus Mariota beat you. Like
Yeah.
they're doing just enough where they're stopping Marcus Mariota on the last play of the game.
And all
Like,
Marcus Mariota
that's
had to
just
do was
enough.
just pump fake that fucking ball. All
I
he had to do was
know.
goddamn pump fake that ball.
It's so close.
So
But you know
close.
what? Especially when you start the week early. And this week, we obviously started 3 games on Thursday, a game on Friday, all that kind of stuff. When I feel like when you have holidays like this, all the games just end up being weird. Like you could just feel everybody again just being weird. Like that Friday game, which we can talk about now. The Friday game between the Eagles and Bears, it just felt weird right from the get-go. And I think even the players, a couple of the Eagles players afterwards, I think Saquon and Hurts just said the energy was off and it felt weird. And yeah, it just did. Because again, much like Denver, when you watch Caleb Williams play football, you're just like, he throws it into the tightest windows you have ever seen for completions. And then he'll miss 3 of the most wide open guys you've ever seen by 5 yards. So it's just like, what is
I
this?
don't know because he did not have a great game, right? He did not have a
No.
great game.
Dude, and
154 yards, 17 for 36. He went 1-1 for a touchdown and interception. You want to notice his QBR rating was? Well, his QBR was 49-1, and his quarterback rating, wait, hold on. Let me see here.
this is what happens when I can't look up stats and
No, I
Casino
got you.
has to.
No. I'm doing this off my phone, right? And so I can look at you, and it got all wonky on me. All right, 56-9. Like, ugh. Like, ugh. He
That's
plays
what
so
his
bad.
rating was?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
my God. I didn't know it was that bad.
Jalen Hurts had a better quarterback rating that game. It all came down to that rushing game and 281 yards. Swift got some revenge, man. He was out there and he didn't even have the best night. It was the other guy, Kyle.
How do you say
M.
his last name?
Kyle M.
Magongi or something? Magongi? I picked him up on my fantasy team. Of course, I put him on the bench because I was like, oh, Eagles are going to lose this game. And then he goes off for 30 points. But when you were watching that game, there was, again, the things that stuck out is the league as a whole has figured out how to stop the tush push. And it was one of those things where I knew right from the beginning, there was going to be the simplest way to stop this. One team's going to do it, everybody's going to copy it. Turns out the simplest way to stop the tush push, immediately and always go for the ball. That's all
Yeah.
you have to
Well,
do.
we saw it earlier this season, right? We saw it
Yeah, it was
earlier this
against the
season, but
Giants.
the
Yeah.
Giants, but the play was called dead. And I am so this is gonna be weird to say. I'm so proud of the refs. Oh, that was weird to say. So proud of the refs,
Oh
though,
God.
that they let that play continue. They've learned how to kind of officiate the tush push.
Yeah.
And I really hope that it doesn't get banned from here on out, because now
Now
people are
it looks like a stoppable play.
my whole
Yeah.
talk, how you figure out how to stop the tush push. Figure it out. People have figured it out. It's happened twice now where they just rip it
Yeah.
out of Jalen Hurts' hands. You keep that until you see Jalen Hurts hit the ground. You do not
Yep.
stop that. You do not stop. You let him scrum and you let the play go.
Well, and see, even the first time when it was against the Giants on that second time, it was like he was reaching for the first down and they smacked it out. This one, he's not reaching. He's just trying to go through the pile, and he has like three guys just ripping at it, punching it, like all that kind of stuff. Which, again, as a Jalen Hurts defender of him being a good quarterback, the one issue he has had in the past is when he is a ball carrying quarterback running the ball, he fumbles. Again, he'll fumble maybe 1 out of every 10 times. But again, the odds go up when you rush a lot, where all of a sudden it's like, hey, 10% of the time he's going to fumble. So just keep going for the ball. So
I mean, but the biggest takeaway from this game, though, is the Bears. They are now the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Crazy.
I went into work last night. So Sunday nights, I work with my buddy who's from Chicago. And I walk in, he's got the biggest smile on. I come behind the bar, and the guy that we were about to cut, because it was going to be just me and him for the evening, he just looks at us and he goes, "Stupid number 1 seeds." And we're just like, yeah. It's just the fact that the Patriots and the Bears right now are both number 1 seeds is just mind-blowing. I know it probably won't last. I still think that it's going to be tough for the Patriots to get the number 1 seed. And then over there, I don't think Chicago is going to be able to hold on. But right now, it is fun to say that both of our teams are the number 1 seed. What I'm excited for is to see which coach, Ben Johnson or Vrabel, who's going to win Coach of the Year. They are in a dead heat. I mean, both
well, wait a second. Has Mike Vrabel taken off his shirt in a post-game celebration?
I was just about to say, no, he has not.
Then he's second place. Then he's second place.
So you know why he did that?
Why?
So apparently there's this place in Chicago. I'm not going to butcher the name, but it's like the Wiener Shack, or it's literally called
it's the Wiener Circle. The
Wiener Circle.
They used to have a show.
Wiener Circle.
They used to have a show. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Wiener Circle. And so early on in the year, they said, oh, if Caleb Williams has a 3 or 4 touchdown game, I don't remember what it was, they're going to get free
hot dogs for the
free hot dogs. And then so they said, okay, that happened. Now the next is if you could get Ben Johnson before, during, or after a game to take off his shirt, then they're going to do the free hot dogs thing. And did you hear what he said, though, in the locker room? He was like, we keep winning. I know you guys are hungry, but you know who else is hungry? Chicago or whatever. And the fans, and he just rips off his shirt. I loved every second of that. I'm not even a Bears fan. Like, I do prefer the Bears over the Packers in that rivalry. But man, that was just great. I love these coaches, but also what Vrabel does, and he's been doing this back, all of his coaching, is he stays in that tunnel as the players come in, and he's high-fiving them. He's even during a loss, like he's in that tunnel. He doesn't just go straight to the locker room. I can't hear you. But he's thinking.
I said, yeah, but that's not getting anybody free wieners.
No, it's not getting anybody free wieners. See, your mic knew to shut you off on that. That's funny. But no, it's really cool because at the beginning of the year, and when we had that really great, both these teams, the Bears and the Patriots, had those really good off seasons, right? They got in pieces. They had good drafts. We were hanging out one night and we were just like, our teams could be pretty good this year. Like, we could see our teams doubling. Like, we can be pretty good. Neither one of us expected to be sitting at the top together as number 1 seeds, but that's wild. But I mean, we're really happy with what our teams have been doing, and this is a fight. I don't know who I would take for coach of the year right now. Both these coaches, both these teams got it right. They're player coaches. Oh, we got some chatter in the background. But
Well, also,
I'm really happy for the Bears, and there's really only one explanation, and it is divine power. It is divine power. Like it
it's
is
what?
100 divine power. It's 100% because of the Pope and being from Chicago. Like he's putting all of his energy.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, everybody was like, "Oh, what about
Oh
the
no.
Cubs and the White Sox?" And everybody was like, "No. He Bears fans, Bear fan." So yeah, this game was wild, and I said going into this game, I was worried about your Eagles offense with the Bears, that this could be the upset, and I steered away from it. I shouldn't have. I steered away from the Dallas over the Chiefs, and I shouldn't have. So let's move on to the next game, and we'll just roll right into it. You got mine that I called for. Upset of the week did not happen. The Browns versus the 49ers. God damn it. I mean, I thought Shador could come out and take care of business. He did okay, but he's
Also,
not great. What's
well,
up?
no, why is everybody killing him? Why is everybody killing him for doing the slide on like 4th and 26 or whatever that play was, the
I don't
4th
know.
and whatever? There was no shot that he was completing a pass downfield to convert it. And again, when he started running, there was no shot he was going to convert it. So why wouldn't he slide down? What else is he supposed to? It's not like they were down by one score. What else is he supposed to do in that situation? Like, those are the things where people kill him for that kind of stuff. And it's just like, really, that's where we're at right now. We're killing quarterbacks for things they did that would have been impossible. Like, he didn't throw the ball to make the score 2 touchdowns down instead of 3.
Yeah.
Like, that is such again, I'm not a Shador Sanders fan, but that's the part where it just gets weird, where it's just like, why are we talking about in that aspect of the game? Most of the game, I'll tell you what, for him not having any wide receivers or tight ends, I thought he actually played pretty good, especially against a San Francisco team that might not have the pieces, but their defense is at least serviceable. Like, for a guy, starting his second game, I didn't think it looked bad.
I'm glad you brought that up, because the Niners defense, they did pretty good, man. They forced fumbles like crazy, man. They forced 4 fumbles. Yeah. So great on them. And that was honestly the game changer, because neither one of these teams were great. The only thing that I cared about watching this game was Myles Garrett, because I want to see him beat that record. The record that is held back from, I think it was 2023 with TJ Watt, who has 22.5. And then you also have, it goes back to
Strahan.
Yeah, Michael Strahan back in, like, I think it was like 2003 is what it was. They both are tied with the 22.5, and Myles Garrett's right there. I want to see him break it. And solely because he got paid a shit ton of money to stay there. And I like when players get paid and then show up, because you see it all the time where players get paid and they're like, I got paid. Fuck you. I don't care.
Dude, that's half the quarterbacks in this league right now.
Not even half, like, dude, that is 90% of all professional athletes. So I want to see him hit it, because he's like, I got paid to do this. I'm going to go ball out, and he is. So even if he stopped where he is now, I think it's at 19. Good on him. Like, well done.
But no, again, he's at 19 right now. We're only in week 13. Not only is he going to break it, he's most likely going to shatter it. Like,
yeah. Well, let's see who they have. You know what? That's good. I want to see who they have right now. They have left. Oh God, they have the Titans next. There you go. He might break it in that game alone.
Yeah, he's gonna get another 5-set game.
Yeah. So he might get that game, and then they got the Bears, the Bills, the Steelers, and then the Bengals. There's 100% chance that he is going to be able to do this. He's going to get to Rodgers when they play the Steelers. He's going to get to Joe Burrow. He's going to get to oh my gosh, Cam Ward, 100%. So, buddy, we'll see. So moving off that game, I was wrong there, but a game I was really happy about. Let's go Jags. keep alive. Everybody is turning their heads. I told you, what, 4 weeks ago. The Jags, I think they're being a little underestimated. I think they're a good team. They are not
I,
turning over. What's up?
Oh, I said I still underestimate the Jags. And I know they're good and I know they're better based on their record and based on the games they play. But again,
Uh-huh.
that's one of the things where it's just like, I don't know if they're good, but yet they come out every week and they look good.
So
So
where
I don't
I'm
know.
going with this is I think they look better now because Trevor Lawrence isn't turning over the ball as often this season. He still turns over the ball, but it's not as often as he did in the previous seasons. And I mean, their rush game nowhere to be found. It was 70 yards, but bringing over Jacoby Myers has helped a lot. I wanted him to come back to the Patriots. He did not. He went to the Jacksonville Jags. Fine, that's good. He had a big game. I am all for this team. That defense showed up. They were able to recover 2 fumbles from Tennessee. Yeah, so I'm happy. And you know what, Cam Ward, I want to see him. I want to see him play on a different team. I really do. Um, Looks like BJ's frozen here, and I'll just keep trekking along. But yeah, I'm glad the Jags won. And right now, the teams that are in the wild card spot in the AFC have the tiebreak on the Chiefs, and they are 2 games up on them because the Chiefs are 6-6. I am so happy and I'm so excited that the Jags keep winning and they're not giving the Chiefs any ground. I really feel like the only way the Chiefs can get into the playoffs now is through the Chargers. Because the Jacksonville Jaguars, they still have some easier games coming up on their schedule. They do have the Colts, but then they got the Giants. I guess they have the Giants and Titans. They do play the Colts twice, who are falling back right now, but that's going to be pretty much for the division. So if those 2 teams split, I'd be very happy about that. To try to keep the Chiefs still out of it. The Broncos, somehow, I think they're going to beat the Jags, but I want the Jags to go in to Denver and win. Obviously, that will help out the Patriots. But yeah, because with the Broncos, they have a few tough games coming up. I know they're, right now they are in their bye week. Not their bye week. They played last night. But you got the Raiders, then the Packers, then they have Jags, Chiefs, Chargers, where they can lose a couple of those games. So I'm just going through BJ's back, just going through what the Jags have left, and the only way I can see the Chiefs getting is through the Chargers, because the Jags, they can split the rest of their games and still be on top of what the Chiefs have. So very excited with that. Oh, why is my? Oh, that's why. It's because I'm like, I thought my computer was plugged in. It's plugged into my computer, but it's not plugged into the wall. So that's fun. Moving on. A team that I am glad that won was the Colts in a fun game. I think the Texans are finally starting to figure it out, which I'm happy about, because now that's another team that the Chiefs have to try to get by. CJ Stroud, he came back in this game. He did not have a touchdown, and he had an interception, but he did pretty well. He was 22 for 35, quarterback rating of 75.5. Yeah, they did enough to the Colts. They were able to slow them down. And what is crazy to me is finding out that Daniel Jones was out there playing with a fractured fibula is just wild to me.
Jesus.
Yeah,
well, also, what is it? Did you see that? I can't remember if you talked about the Chargers game. Wait, can you hear me?
No, I haven't got to the Chargers yet.
Okay, hold on. I lost. Yeah, I think this is making my audio better when I turn off the video. So that's why I think I turned off the video. So that's why you're just seeing bananas.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
we're just gonna see a bunch of bananas. I'm fine with that.
Well, also, again, with Daniel Jones, the amount of quarterbacks that are playing injured or hurt right now. What is it? Justin Herbert is apparently going to have surgery, but might still play the next game. Aaron Rodgers yesterday was playing on an injury. Like, is or is not Casino the season too long? Because I think we've reached the point where it's too long. There's too many key injuries.
We've already talked about that, man. It's too long. The overseas games, that's not good for players to sit for a long period of time.
Yeah,
like
the travel, the Thursday night games,
the fatigues, like it's not good for the players. But again, what have we found out and what do we know is this league does not care about the player safety at all.
No.
0%, which is just blows. But yeah, and then, I feel like we're seeing a lot of players. I don't know why Joe Burrow was playing. I mean, I get that he's going to win you games, but you're already out of the playoffs. But like for the Steelers, for the Colts, Rodgers, Jones, they're going to play injured because they have a chance. Like we said it beginning of the show. It's almost anybody's season. If you make the playoffs, you have a legitimate shot. I would say at least anybody who makes the playoffs has at least probably a 30% chance to win the Super Bowl because it is that open.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So make the playoffs. Like this is, how I've always said it. And I always say in hockey, I like hockey, right? You get into the playoffs with hockey and anything happen because that it's so tight at the top when it comes to hockey that you rarely see sweeps. You rarely see that stuff. And it feels like as long as you make the playoffs, you have a fighting chance because injuries are a massive thing in hockey, right? That as long as you can make it there, anything happens. And that's why hockey playoffs are, everybody says that, there's nothing like playoff hockey. There really isn't because everybody ups their game and it is more physical. The rest let way more go. And it is basically just a bloodbath. Try to stay healthy, try to win the cup. And I feel like there's a really good comparison to that, to the NFL this year with that mentality. And these teams that are on the fringe of making the playoffs, they're going to do what it needs to be. Why in the hell is Daniel Jones out there playing with a messed up fibula? Why? Like, he can't move. But you're going to go out there and they lost by 4 and they had a chance. So I'm all for these players right now in this game currently where there is no clear favorite for the Super Bowl to win it. Why not just get into the playoffs? And that's why you're seeing these players play hurt. And that's why you saw Houston not back down and they go out there and they're right there in the hunt. They're one game out of the playoffs. So the Colts, they got to get it figured out, but I'm really excited going into these final 5 weeks. Oh yeah, I lost you. Don't know where you're at, but
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. You just keep touching it when you're moving it around.
If we think this is one of the best regular season games we've ever seen, or regular seasons of NFL football we've ever seen, imagine if we then get into the playoffs. And again, it's a playoffs without a Mahomes and without an Allen, without Lamar Jackson. Who knows if the Eagles collapse and actually miss the playoffs? So if we legitimately have an NFL playoffs with the 5 to 8 best quarterbacks in the league, potentially all missing the playoffs. If you also want to throw in like a guy like Herbert or a guy like Burrow, like that will be the best playoffs we've ever seen. Because again, if you have all these great teams, all these great quarterbacks missing, like who are you picking in the playoffs if all of a sudden it's, Jags, Texans in the AFC Championship? Like who would you even go with? Like you don't know, like in the NFC, it could easily be the Bears and Seattle.
Yeah. So we were laughing about it last night, me and my coworker, that there's a realistic shot that both of our teams can make the Super Bowl. Like I truly think that any team that makes the playoffs has roughly about a 25-30% chance of winning the Super Bowl. And people could call me crazy, but I truly feel that way with how any given Sunday this year, teams are just losing to bad teams. Good teams are losing to bad teams. Bad teams, good teams are blowing out other good teams, like good close battles. I'm all for it. This is going to be great. So talking about good and bad teams, these are both bad teams. We have the Dolphins and the Saints. BJ froze. They may have left the port. I don't know. Trying to do a show while you're on vacation. I just don't get it. That's why I said fuck it. But anyway, the Saints Dolphins, just not a fun game. I didn't know. I called this as the worst game of the week, and to me, it was the worst game of the week. Tua Tagovailoa, he threw out 1 interception. He had no touchdowns. That run game, I mean, Devon Achen, or I don't know how you say his name. I'm really bad with names, guys. He was the only reason they won that game. He was able to keep the ball away from the Saints. He had on 22 carries, he had 134 yards. He had a touchdown. Nothing was happening through the air. Tua just did not look good. That defense did step up, right? Which was good for them. And he is officially lost internet. So currently I'm just rolling on the show, and we'll see what he can do to get back in here. All right. I'm going. Just hop on when you can. Oh, there he goes. I was just telling you, just hop on when you can. I can run the show. We good. I got my notes. Welcome in. But yeah, I moved on to the Saints and the Dolphins. Just a shit show. Horrible game. I was talking about how Miami, we said this was going to be a bad game, and it was. And yeah, there was really nothing. And then, yeah, I can't. This game was bad. This game was bad all in all. I really don't want to talk about much of it. Do you have anything to say about this game now that you are in Florida?
I will say, seen a lot of Miami Dolphins hats. A lot. A shocking more amount than I thought I would. And again, I'm not in Miami, Florida. So for me to see that many Miami hats is crazy. But what is it? The game I want to talk about before we get out of here, Casito, because I got to leave in like 10 minutes. The game I want to talk about, we have not talked about Panthers Rams yet, which I think is the biggest. We briefly touched on it at the beginning with how crazy the line was.
Before we get into that game, let me just recap a few of these. The Falcons Jets, bad. It came out to a last second field goal by Nick Folk. Good for him. He was the only kicker that entire season until that game, because he missed one in there, that he was a perfect throughout the season, which is wild because kickers, they should be better. Bucks Cardinals. You almost called that. You said that the Cards could go in and beat the Bucks, but somehow Baker was able to get it done.
Especially with Jacoby Brissett. He looked good in that game.
Yeah,
he had a good game.
Yeah. So I feel like Murray needs to go. Brissett, that should be his team until they go and find another quarterback. Seahawks absolutely annihilate the Vikings. Loved every second of that. Darnold, you just saw him smiling on the sideline. And then vice versa, you saw Justin Jefferson literally just sitting alone, almost crying, it looked like. Feel bad for that guy.
Also, the thing I will never understand in sports, and again, I've never been a quarterback, so I might not have the mind for it. The thing I do not understand is when a quarterback is being sacked, wildly throwing the ball away. I've never understood that. It just take the sack. Like,
it's
just
funny
take the sack.
This quarterback, their backup quarterback, or their third string,
Brahmer, whatever it was.
Shocking, he was worse than 9, which is just great. I mean, you sent me this thing. My phone just died. You sent me that wonderful thing that either JJ McCarthy or this guy, whatever his name is, Mr. whatever.
I think it's Brahmer.
Brahmer. That if they just spiked the ball, they would have had a better quarterback rating.
If they literally spiked the ball every single play they were out on the field, their quarterback rating would have been higher than what it actually was when they played. And again, that pick six, it's one of those things where, you get sacked. Maybe it's a long field goal. Maybe you just punt. The other option is I'm being thrown to the ground. There's 5 defenders around me. Let me just throw the ball in the air. I will never understand that play.
Yeah,
never.
So I know that you got to get out of here, so I'm just going to continue going here. The Chargers beat the Raiders. Kind of expected that. The Raiders are just so bad. I'm surprised that they even have some wins on their docket. Yeah, Patriots, you fucked up. But throwing that out there. Bills dominate and stomp Rodgers. This was Rodgers' third worst passing game. It was I had to get 117 passing yards. Third worst. And guess what? He came out and he's blaming his receivers because he's a douchebag, and I was waiting for it, and it finally happened. He's blaming his receivers. This team is done. I still think the Ravens are going to win this division because Rodgers is now turning on his team, which, again, I don't know how any player says, I've always enjoyed working with Rodgers. what? I don't get it because he's just calling everybody out. And then we've already kind of talked about the Broncos Commanders. Broncos somehow get it done. I just don't get it against Mariota, which is just sad. But
yeah.
Moving on to the Panthers Rams. Let's go Panthers. Bryce Young. I'm all for it. What's your take?
Well, the funny thing was the Rams social media team was like, this is the most touchdowns or longest touchdown streak a quarterback has ever had without an interception. Literally 10 minutes after they posted that, Matthew Stafford threw a pick six, and then he threw another another interception within like 3 minutes of that one. So it was that thing where, you always hear announcers being like, he's never missed a kick. And then the guy just misses 5 in a row. But that was, it was perfect timing. But also, I'll tell you what, I will give credit to one of our listeners. He was on TikTok and he said, you guys are really sleeping on this Panthers defense and how good they have been to start the season.
Yeah.
And I was, and we were, and then I started like really paying attention to this Panthers defense and just being like, wow, they actually are kind of good. And I believe it was 3-4 weeks ago, they were a top 10 defense in almost every statistical category, and then they fell off a little.
Good call, but whoever the listener was. I mean, because we're so hyper focused on Bryce Young, right? Wanting him to do well, and this offense, and him not really having much going for him on the offensive front, that we kind of overlooked. We overlooked his defense. This defense, but we're always constantly talking about Rico Dowdle. Yeah, always talking about Rico Dowdle, and then him not really having receivers out there, right?
Dude, I'll tell you what, Tetero and McMillan, the guy from what is it, Arizona State? I believe it's Arizona State. He's good, man. And he only had the one year.
He had only that one reception, right? But it was a 43-yard bomb for the touchdown. Good on him. And then I just love saying Chuba Hubbard. Like, he had a really good game. Yeah.
Well, but also that one reception, that was like a 4th and 3.
Yeah.
Where they just bombed it out. And then they had like 3 or 4 other 4th down conversions that were just really clutch, really good. They had one to close out the game that was right over the middle, perfectly placed ball by Bryce Young. Like, again, this Panthers team, the only benefit, because obviously we've talked about the negatives, is having a long season. The negatives are a bunch of players get hurt, your team starts hot, falls off, but also the opposite happens, which is just, we see all these teams that kind of figure out who they are, and it takes them late in the season. In Cowboys case, it took them too long because they're basically almost done. Like, I think they need 1 or 2 more teams to lose before they're mathematically eliminated. But Panthers, they need one buck, and they play the Bucs still twice this season. So
it's going to be fun, right? And so, like, you have the Packers Bears playing each other twice to see who wins that division. You have the Jags Colts playing each other twice to see who wins that division. You have the Panthers Bucks playing each other to see who wins that division. We've got a lot of really good football games and very important games coming up in the next 5 weeks. This game, go for it.
Well, also the Eagles, the people who make the schedule, 1,000% thought the Commanders were going to be good because Eagles still have to play the Commanders twice.
Oh, I mean, the Commanders,
I thought 5 weeks.
I thought the Commanders they got the shit in the stick, right? They're already old, and then they just got beat up. But in this game
all
alone,
their players got injured.
Yeah. So this Rams-Panthers game, really, the Rams, they had the better statistics. They had the most first downs. They had the more, not by much, but total yardage, passing, rushing. They beat them on all of it. They had 1 penalty in this game. The Panthers had 7. However, it came down to the turnovers. And the Rams had 3 turnovers. Shout out to the Panthers defense. Shout out to the guy that called that in our listeners. And time of possession, the Panthers had a whole 10 minutes over them. They kept the ball
because
they
ran
Stafford's
the ball
hand.
down their throat.
Yes, they did. They kept the ball out of Stafford's hand, which is you should have. And that I think that threw him off his game just enough to the Panthers defense to take advantage of that. And that was almost a perfectly played football game by the Panthers. And tip my hats off to them. Let's go.
Yeah.
I love Baker. I love him to death. Especially I just saw a video where Baker was when they were playing the Seahawks, and like he's in the tunnel and he's just the Seahawks fans yelling at him and he's chirping up at them and he's like, "Oh yeah, fuck you, see what we come to." Like Baker like getting after him and smiling about it, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
enjoying this back and forth with this random Seahawks fan. I will send you that link. It's very funny. It was
I'll
really
tell you
funny.
what.
But I like
He
Baker a lot because I mean he's enjoying being that guy.
Well, also, he has the best sports commercial on TV currently, which is the Bradley Cooper Uber Eats commercial, where he's
It's so
like,
good.
which is a really funny campaign with the Uber Eats, like football is a vehicle to trick people to eat food, which again might be true. I do think it's definitely a vehicle to make people gamble, but just those commercials are all funny, and Baker Mayfield has the best one. Like I was in San Diego watching all these games with my family. That commercial played, the room erupted in laughter, and it was kids, it was people my age, people older. Hit across the board. So whoever came up with that idea for that commercial, home run, because every demographic loved it. That was, yeah. Also, Casino, what I forgot to tell you, because our internet was going out, was when I was watching the Eagles game, I was with my whole mom's side of the family who are all Bears fans.
Yeah.
So it was me, the lone Eagles fan, surrounded by nothing but Bears fans.
Did you just get chirped at the entire?
Dude, I just got annihilated. And yeah, it was not a great Black Friday. Not a great Black Friday. But
Well,
all right.
that's it. Go enjoy your cruise. If they haven't left dock yet, just go bang on that captain's door and see what. Oh, you're already going?
We're out at sea. We're out at sea.
All right, look at that.
That's why it was so choppy, was because we were leaving the dock and it switched over and all this kind of stuff. And then I dropped my phone. But yeah. This actually worked way better than I thought it would. I thought it would be choppy and shit the entire time.
This is pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. Not bad. Impressed. So we will be back Wednesday, because I was like, oh, if this shit's the bed, we can't do it Wednesday. So we will be back Wednesday. We will be doing picks. Same time, same place, only sports podcast. This is just like when all those companies just go, oh, we're going to take everything out and it's just going to be simple. Like, this is the simple. There's no dyes in this podcast. This is just simple ingredients. Me, Casino, talking sports. I'm on a balcony. And my family's motioning me to leave. So this has been the Only Sports Podcast. I'm Will on a cruise. That's Casino at home. Patriots tonight. It would be much more fun for discussion if they lose. So that's what I'm rooting for. But I do want them to win for Casino.
You know what I should do Wednesday to kind of feel like I'm on a cruise with you? I'm going to blow up one of my blow-ups, go sit on the pool, and then do the show from there.
That would actually be fantastic. But yeah, I'm Will. That's Casino over there. We'll see you Wednesday. Also, sorry to everybody listening audio. There's no way for me to put this up just audio. So only people on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble are hearing it with the video. So yeah, Only Sports Podcast, Will Casino. Adios. Oh no, I don't know how to end this. Wait, I got to change my. Oh, there we go. This is. I really don't know. Oh, there we go. All right. Adios.